guys, you're watching Fornicate. I'm Catherine, and today I'm going to be making for you a Karithopita, which is a Greek walnut cake. I thought I'd share this recipe with you now. There's a bunch of holidays coming up: Thanksgiving, Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, whatever it is you celebrate. And I'm sure you're probably frantically looking for some new dessert recipes. So I thought I'd share this with you today. I'm going to start by going over some of the ingredients with you. I'm going to be using some eggs, a couple sticks of butter, some baking soda. This is ground cinnamon, but I'm also going to be using sticks of cinnamon. I have cloves, vanilla, the walnuts, yogurt, orange juice, flour, and sugar. So to get started, I have my mixer here, and I've just added in the 2 sticks of butter, which I just melted quickly in the microwave. So we're going to get that mixing. Actually, before I really increase that speed, I'm going to add, this is 2 cups of sugar. So we're going to just let that beat for a while. About done. I'm going to just pop this off so I can show this to you. So that's it. Looks incorporated. The sugar's dissolved, and it's like a white frothy kind of color. Put that back on. So now that we have that back on, we're going to add the eggs in one by one. So you want to drop the egg in and just let it mix in before you add the next one, and it's 6 eggs. So I just finished adding all the eggs in, and I just popped the bowl off the mixer stand because we have some things to add in now. I have 1.5 cups of ground nuts, and I like to use, I just wanted to show you that, this kind of, it's a diced walnut, so you don't have to like buy the chopped ones and then chop them up a little bit more. So this kind of helps you skip a step. We're going to add 1 cup of yogurt. I myself don't eat regular yogurt, so this is coconut yogurt. Just stir that in. I did forget to share with you one of the other main ingredients, which is a cognac. Just use whatever you have on hand. I have Hennessy, which I'm going to be using. So for the 2 teaspoons of baking soda, you want to add the Hennessy to that baking soda and dissolve it prior to adding it to your bowl. So we're going to be using a 1/4 cup. I think I added a little extra, but extra's good. Just stir that until it dissolves, which happens pretty quickly. I'm going to just let that sit for a bit. We're going to add, 1 teaspoon of cinnamon and 1 teaspoon of cloves, which I've already measured. Add the Hennessy and baking soda. Stir that in. And then we're going to add 2 cups of flour. I use a gluten-free flour, but feel free to use a regular flour if that's what you use. And this is pretty liquidy, so you can either add that a little at a time and stir it in, or just add it all in together. In the meantime, I've preheated my oven to 350 degrees, and I've also greased a pan. You can grease that with Crisco or butter or coconut oil or whatever you like to use. Just something kind of thick so the cake does not stick to the pan. Okay. So that's all combined. Give you a little look at that. Just pour that into my pan. You want to just kind of shake that around. And sometimes that'll help it kind of even out. Alright, so we're all set for it to go into the oven. Again, the temperature is at 350 degrees. So the cake is finished baking and I'm just allowing that to cool. In the meantime, we're going to get a syrup boiling, which is going to be poured over the cake. So I'm starting with 2.5 cups of sugar, which I've already put in my pan. I have 1 1/4 cups of water. I have a 1/2 cup of orange juice. I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of vanilla. And we're going to add 1 stick of cinnamon. So I'm going to just put that on the stove and bring it to a boil, and we're going to let that go for about 15 minutes. So my syrup has finished boiling and I just stopped that. I need to cut the cake into shapes, and the shape that's most traditional for Greeks is a diamond cut, but you can cut them into squares if you'd like, if that's what you prefer. So to cut it as a diamond, you just want to go at an angle, probably about like 1 inch or so apart. So you're going to cut the whole pan. I'm sorry for that noise, but I'm trying not for the cake to stick. So we're going to cut it straight across this way, and then we're going to cut straight down, and that forms the diamonds. Okay, so I've just finished cutting on the diagonal. I'll show you what that looks like. And now I'm going to cut straight down, so that's going to form the diamond shape. Okay, so this is what your diamonds should look like. Some of those are a little crooked, but do your best. So, my syrup is ready, and it's just like thickened up sugar, if you can kind of see that. So I'm gonna just use a ladle so that I can kind of distribute it evenly. And that's gonna go into all those cuts that we made, kind of seep into the cake. It smells really, really good. So the way I would describe this cake, in case you're wondering, it's more like a walnut spiced cake. It has like a really like fallish kind of holiday type of smell, I would say, and flavor. So I do like to make this for the holidays. But you can make it anytime if you like it. So I am going to let this cake sit out for a little bit more because it still is a little bit warm. And I did want to explain to you that you do want your cake to cool a bit before you use the syrup because you want kind of contrasting temperatures. It just allows it to absorb a little bit better. So I'm going to let this sit for a little bit longer to cool, then I'm going to wrap it and put it in the refrigerator. You want it just to set so those flavors really get into the cake, and it just really makes it so much better. So I'm going to just let this cool for a little bit. Before I get this in the fridge, I just wanted to show you what the cake looks like with the syrup mostly soaked in, just so you have an idea of what your cake should look like. So as you can see, the cake has kind of like a dark brown coloring. So I'm going to just wrap that with some saran wrap and put that in the refrigerator. So So my cake has been chilling in the fridge for a couple hours, and just want to show you what this piece looks like. Nice pretty diamond. I'm going to try that. So there's like a really nice crunch from the nuts. It's not overpowering because it was chopped pretty finely. The cake is very moist. It's sweet but not overly sweet. And you can really taste the cloves and the cinnamon, which really gives it a unique spice that I really like. I do like to make this dish for the holidays because it does make a huge pan. I think it yields probably about 45 to 50 pieces, which is great. And it really is best when you make it ahead of time, so that kind of helps with your prep for the day of the holidays. So you can make this the day before, and actually the longer you let it sit in the fridge, the flavors really do incorporate much better. The diamond shape, I think, really kind of makes it a little bit fancier, and you can serve these in like just a regular baking cup. And like another nice touch would be if you have any maraschino cherries, you can cut those in half and even put just like a half of the cherry on top for like a decorative kind of touch. I do hope that you try this recipe and you enjoy it. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them below this video. I'd like to thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon with another video.